here we are, stuck again. Here we are, where do we begin?
Oh, hey YouTube land, Shawn here again with 618 Bushcraft. I'd have to look at my phone, but I can't. I think it's probably a little after noon, 12 right now on Saturday. I planned on getting out here at 7. I had a big day planned where I was going to do my first overnight with a tarp setup, and I've been sick since Monday or Tuesday, stomach issues, tested for COVID, negative, and I woke up this morning, my stomach still didn't feel right. Almost talked myself out of not coming. But I went ahead and gathered all my stuff up way later than I anticipated. But either way, we're out here, and that's why I just went ahead. I didn't want to walk around and spend too much time looking for a spot to tarp camp because I don't have one set up yet. So I just grabbed this big monster because I have an idea of something I'd like to do for this camp spot for when Andy and I, or Brandon and I, or whoever bring the big boy here. I have an idea that I want to do for this setup, so just lugged this thing out here, and that's what we'll do. But you guys probably can't see it. This is our winter weather here in Southern Illinois. You can just a little bit of a sleet, kind of a flurry mix. It's supposed to be pretty windy. Overnight lows, wind chill, and everything's supposed to get down to, I think when I wake up in the morning, it's supposed to be like 27. So it's okay because I got new gear and overkill as normal, and we'll get to that because this is supposed to pass pretty soon. So we're just gonna dip into the tent here, and I will show you my pretty much brand new sleep system. Another reason why I brought the big tent, knowing that this weather was coming, the good old REI chair, and just cut some X's in these tennis balls, slid them on the top. Should help with not puncturing the bottom of my tent, and with any luck, we won't sink out there. Run into task force, Andrew. Alright guys, well, I checked the radar and it says there's no precipitation above us. Gotta love technology. Alright, so my sleep system. Like I said, I went a little bit overkill after my last trip. I've got a 0-degree bag, but it's a mummy bag. I'm a side sleeper, I toss and turn. Mummy bag's not it for me. So I set out on the mission to find a new sleeping bag. Yeah, if you've tried doing it, you know what kind of a task that can be. So after hours and hours and hours of looking, I kind of decided on the Teton Celsius XL, and I was going to go with the 0-degree, but there was another one on sale. It was only supposed to have a used, very good condition, said small cosmetic imperfection or something like that. I got the sleeping bag. I don't see where that's at, so I feel like I got a major steal. But as you can see, and you're about to see when I pull it out, it is big and it is bulky, but it is also a negative 25-degree bag. The reason, okay, negative 25-degree, really don't need it in this area. I figured A, I'm never going to get cold when I bring it. B, I'd like to eventually be able to go like Canada or Michigan, somewhere to winter camp in the snow. It's going to come in handy here. And it was used, which means cheaper. I got this thing, it's like almost $100 sleeping bag. I think I paid $42 or $45 for it. So I was like, I can get a negative 25, or I can spend $30 more for 0 degree. After hauling it out, probably should have went with the 0 degree, but hey, look at this. This bad boy is going to keep me nice and toasty. I think it weighs almost 10 pounds. It's huge. I'm a big dude, and I got in it one time, and plenty of room, flannel lined. It's going to be nice and warm. So I'm going to go ahead and get that opened up in a second. But before I do that, the thing that I'm the most excited about, and it takes up a lot of room in my pack for a sleeping pad, but you know what? Said I'm a side sleeper. I want to be able to come out here and sleep somewhat decent. So I went all in and decided to get this. It is the Klymit, what is it? Klimaloft XL. This bad boy inflates to 5 inches thick. 5 inches thick. And not only that, the upper part where it'll be, you know, probably a little bit below my hip and up, had not only the pad, foam topping. I think that's the Klimaloft part. So as you can see, I wish I had something here. I can at least, I'll put this on here. It's about the height of 2 16-ounce Busch cans, and you probably fit 4 on there. Like I said, it's not small, but 5 inches thick. And with that, in theory, with you know, convection from the ground, trapped air, that's that much more trapped air space, so I should be good. But to prevent that, I went ahead and I've got my Thermarest Classic mat that they've got. It's got like a 1.5 R value. And that's really just to ensure that I don't puncture this expensive sleeping bag. But what will also help with making sure I don't puncture this expensive sleeping bag, and help with making sure the ground doesn't steal all my nice warmth when I'm sleeping, I got this from Lux Outdoor. Fortunately, I'm not related to anybody in the company. See, it's got that E at the end of the name. Darn it, I had to pay for it. But it was only like $7 or $8, I think. And centimeters, I can't help you out with centimeters. 210 centimeters by 80 centimeters. It's supposed to be enough for a one-person footprint. Ultralight it is. It has its own little pouch. Best part, R value, supposed to be 5. So combine this with my Thermarest Ridgeline or whatever it is, just the gray classic cheap roll-up mat, and my 5 inches of trapped airspace in my really, really huge sleeping bag, I should be set. Another thing, when I've thought about it, with all the thinking that I put into my sleep system and how to sleep good in the woods, is we're used to sleeping with pillows. And sure, I've got, you know, this little guy here and this little guy here. I mean, this inflates up pretty well, but do we sleep with an inflatable pillow at home? No, we don't. So I've been trying these two, and I don't know. And then I got to looking, and I'm telling you, Klymit is killing it when it comes to sleep stuff. The 0 degree sleeping bag, way smaller than this one that I want to get, is a Klymit, but it's pricey, so it's going to wait till next winter probably. But they had this bad boy. It is I can't remember what it's filled with. I think it's the Klymit Drift pillow, and it comes in 2 sizes. So I went ahead and got the big boy because guess what? Found this on sale on Amazon too. Can't remember. I think they're $30 new, and I found mine used like new. So somebody just bought it and returned it. Well, I got it for like 21 bucks, and I'm very excited about this thing. It's just like anything that's got the synthetic stuff. You gotta open it up and let it get its fluff. But man, I can't wait to use this pillow. And it tucks itself into this outer shell. You can get it in a green color also. I probably would have got the green, but it wasn't on sale, so I just went for the orange. Yeah, just kind of fluff her up a little bit, and she's gonna expand up nice and big. But the coolest thing about this is, you see here, this is supposed to, they say, super tough, water repellent. If I can get this undone. Oh man, I could have. All right, well, so far, first flaw. Maybe this is why somebody returned it. They couldn't get the damn thing open. Could have done better with the zipper, and maybe even look at how tiny this zipper is. Something a little bigger, maybe, guys. That's what she said. Oh man, yeah, that's not coming open. That's a bummer. I mean, it'll zip up that little bit, but it won't come down past right there. Ah! Oh well. It might make it a little bit cold, but I also planned on putting this pillow on top of it because I brought it. I want to sleep good out here, guys. Alright. I still hear it coming down out there. It's let up a little bit though, so I'm going to go ahead and get my pad inflated, get my bag out, let it fluff up along with my pillow. And since I could try blowing this thing up by mouth, but I said screw it, and I got the little pump. Yeah, I got the pump. But I've also got my other sleeping pad that I'll use, you know, if I'm actually going hiking and want to cut down on weight and bulk. Is also Klymit, and I bought Leighton a Klymit sleeping bag or pad because they're phenomenal. You guys should check them out. Those V chambers are awesome. But this will inflate all of them, so figured why not. Okay, it took longer to inflate than I thought it would have, but I didn't have to huff and puff until the very end. It's like that little thing could only get it like 90% of the way, but hey, I'll take it. But as you can see, look at all that loft, boy. Of course, that loft's going to go down as soon as I lay on this thing. But, and I forgot, all right, the sleeping bag liner, it fit right in the stuff sack with this sleeping bag. It's supposed to add some value to your sleeping bag. That's not the main reason I got it. Mine, keep this inside of this bag clean. And hopefully, after I'm out here working, sweating all day, I can climb in here, go to sleep, and this will take the stank of my nasty old feet instead of my sleeping bag. And I forgot it's got this nice little pillowcase cover built in, so screw you, Klymit. You can't beat me today. Not today, Klymit. All right, well, the company Klymit's not going to beat me, but the actual Klymit's trying. It's still doing something out there. And of course, I didn't come prepared. I didn't bring my little Carhartt thing that's supposed to be water repellent, blah, blah. I did bring my wool sweater, though, which would work, and which is what I'm going to resort to if it doesn't lay off too soon. But even if it just somehow decided to just do this all night, I've got plans for shrimp fajitas. And, but I could maybe cook that on this little, I got one of those little, it's not butane, it's not propane, it's something weird, like a mix of the two things with the little cook systems, you know. You can boil water quick. That's the only reason why I bought it, really, was to, when I come out here, when I wake up first thing in the morning, get that thing going right away for some coffee, and I don't even have to, I'll mess with the fire after I get some coffee in me. Yeah, I know. Hey, who cares though? I love my coffee. But I, you know, might be able to get away with cooking my meal on that. But if not, I brought a can of soup that I was going to eat for lunch, but I didn't get out here as early as I planned on. But while we're waiting, Leighton got me these Carolina Reaper jerky. I've been saving it, so we're going to eat it now. I planned on coming out here the first weekend of the year, January 3rd, but I looked, and that was the late shotgun season here in Illinois. And knowing I would probably be safe to come out here and camp, I didn't want to drive all the way down here and find somebody out in the woods and interrupt their camp or possibly get shot. So I decided not to. Then it was a little too cold last weekend to bring Leighton out. I feel like, anyway, I'm probably just going to have to, if she agrees to it, bring her out here and see how it goes. I'm probably just trying to baby my baby girl too much. But I've been saving this. She got it for me for Christmas. I've been saving it for my next trip to the woods. So here we go. Caution. Extremely hot and spicy. Yeah, it's cooking in fast. Made with 100% grass-fed beef. You want to know something funny about grass-fed? In order for a farmer to say that their cows are grass-fed, they only have to feed their cows 51% grass. Most of the time it can be whatever it is that makes it not grass-fed. But yeah, it's not totally grass-fed in all cases. Probably most cases. Man, that's good though. It's not a real chewy jerky. You don't have to chew on it and chew on it and chew on it. Refrigerate after opening. I've never seen that on jerky before. Never paid attention to it either though. Makes sense on why this is good though. Grass-fed beef, brown sugar, pineapple juice, Carolina Reaper mash, ghost pepper, wow, lemon juice, ginger, honey, balsamic vinegar, salt, onion, mustard powder, cinnamon. This is good stuff. Clearly she got it for me because I love spicy stuff. Well, if you're a pepperhead like me, like spicy stuff, this Mission Meats Carolina Reaper beef jerky, it's legit. I thought I left something important out there. Winds westerly. Westerly, is that a word? At 12 miles an hour, 36 degrees, feels like 28, and it will feel around like this or slightly colder when I wake up in the morning. A chance of snow flurries coming in at 3. Yeah, check the weather. Radar still says no precipitation, but I still hear it out there. But I got my feet warmed up after leaving my boots off too long. I put them in my sleeping bag. And I got new toys that I want to go play with. And it's going to stop doing this eventually. So we got to get some firewood. So let's go. Okay, I'm going to level here with you guys. Not going to lie. Been standing here thinking about packing it up and calling it quits. It's not supposed to be doing this. I'm colder than I thought. These are the things that are going to cross your mind when you come out here. But guess what? I'm not leaving. I'm not even leaving! Okay guys, this is the Cold Steel Hudson Bay Tomahawk. Alright? Same reason why I've got on my hip here the Mora Kansbol. As I mentioned, I got that bonus. I haven't mentioned that TP or that stove I bought. I sent that stuff back. Saved the money, treated myself to something a little, well actually a lot cheaper. Decided to scratch the itch that I'd had for a Tomahawk. Of course a knife. I knew everybody loves new knives. But wanted a Tomahawk for a long time. Really wasn't planning on buying one. Saw this one, the Hudson Bay style head. And I thought to myself, I has to have it. I has to have that. So I got it. And, you know, I've mentioned before, all the paracord and tarred nylon that I use, Sergeant Knotts, former U.S. Marine. Can't remember the guy's name, but I emailed him a couple times. Really nice guy. That's where I decided, I had the idea, I decided this is what I was going to do it for. Hopefully, some of you out there know what these colors are. See those colors right there? Same colors that I put my little pull tab on my knife. What are those colors? Come on, come on. What is it? Those are the colors for the Vietnam veterans. And I've said it before on my channel, and if you haven't gathered by now how much I appreciate the military, every time I see somebody that's got a Vietnam vet hat, if I can, I go out of my way to shake their hand and tell them thank you. Those guys, they were not treated like heroes when they came back, by no means, and that's unfortunate. So that's why I decided to finally get the Vietnam colored, and it says on, you can look it up on Amazon, Sergeant Knotts Vietnam paracord. Got it on the pull tab. So had my eye on this tree over here ever since we set up camp here. We're gonna go check it out. Oh yeah, and if there's anybody out there other than me keeping track, a few weeks ago when I wanted to come out, I think would have been almost, I think maybe the day before, which would have been the 2-year anniversary of 618 Bushcraft. Said tree is a lot bigger than I thought. Could definitely do it with the bigger axe that I brought, but I just wanted that for splitting pieces. So we'll save this for later. A little squirrel. A little squeal. What are you doing, squirrel? I was almost once attacked by a squirrel. I'm not telling the story though. I knew I should have brought my 22 with me. That's what we're looking for. Ooh, baby, how you doing? You are gonna really know how to get my fire going. Man, sometimes when you go in too fast, you'll realize there's just those times where you can get them off that easy. That's 3. I'm gonna make 2 trips to camp. Might as well get another. Okay, well, got that done. Snow flurry stopped, and I knew I'd warm up, and I warmed up. I gotta shed this. All right, that was fun. Here's even more fun. Oh gosh. Where is it? Where is it? Right there. You guys see that over my shoulder? See that back there? What's that look like to you? That to me looks like a future bushcraft toilet seat. Since I plan on dehydrating myself once the sun goes down, and I'm gonna need a pee bottle, I better empty my pee bottle. That is a good call, Andrew Miller. Pee bottle was a lifesaver last time, especially you guys watched and saw the part where I was complaining about how cold I was. I froze. Obviously I didn't freeze, but I was really cold. And not having to get out of the little bit of warmth I guess I had, and just to be able to roll over and pee in a bottle, oh, lifesaver. Woo. Let me show you. Andrew told me he's met Dave Canterbury and Corporal Shawn Kelly from Corporal's Corner, and Officer Kelly, Corporal Kelly, whatever. I guess he's not an officer, my bad. Taught him this personally. Real simple. It's about 6 foot, and there's videos. Corporal's Corner has one, Dave Canterbury has one, and I need to check the dates because I've really, time out, time in. Okay, so before, anytime I wanted to, because I'm not an expert, I read books, I watch videos, and then I come out here and try to practice. And my go-to always for learning has been Dave Canterbury. But in the last 3 or 4 months here lately, I've been watching a lot of coal cracker bushcraft. Dan Wowak, can't remember how he says it. I should with as much as I watch, but man, he's personable. I don't know, he just makes learning a little bit more fun. Dave knows his crap, but so does Dan, and Dave's more informative and Dan's more upbeat. So if you guys haven't watched Coal Cracker Bushcraft, definitely check him out. I think his video for this little system might have been first, I can't remember. But as I was saying, about 6 foot piece of paracord, bowline knot, and then you can just get this out and about whenever you're in the woods. But I bought this little pouch. It's kind of MOLLE compatible, holds a compass here, and it's got a zip pouch you saw in the beginning. But I had this, and this little piece of, this is actually gosh dang it, drawing a blank. Oh, what? Tulip poplar. Duh. That I was gonna plant at my house and it died because I waited too long. So I just cut off a little piece of it and boom, it's right there on my shoulder. Never have to put the bag down, straight onto the tree. But to attach that, it's a simple, really simple marline spike. And then you don't have to, but of course I tried to notch out a little bite for the paracord. You can't see because it's biting into it. All right, L's and G's, I am going to saw up some pieces, and I'm not going to make you watch me saw pieces of wood up, but I will get back to you because there's a few more things I want to do with the cold steel Hudson Bay Tomahawk. So I am going to take my Agawak Canyon and see how long Andy's little what was a two-sided sawhorse, which is now a one-sided, and see how long that'll hold up for me. That's a lot of work for a day off. Almost done, kinda. All right, let's see how the Mora Kansbol. We'll see how it batons. Oh man, that one's got knots. Dang it, Shawn. Dang it, Shawn. You gotta pick a different piece. I'm not gonna abuse this knife. Let's start small. I wasn't hitting it very hard. Kind of babying it. Well, it's a Mora. I shouldn't baby it. Oh, there's the middle-ish. Yep, it batons. Let's get a little bigger piece here, see what she does. Whoa, that's about pushing it. That's about pushing it. It's got a really thin, it tapers off at the end of the blade, so I'm kind of hesitant here to even try this, but yeah, see, I'm really afraid I'm gonna break that tip. Oh gosh, but it's a Mora. I said it, it's a Mora. I need a higher surface right there. We'll go right there. Hopefully you guys can still see. Be smart. Try to catch those shavings. I've actually never tried feather sticking with an axe or anything. So, see, and that's kind of what I was thinking based off of how this thing was chopping. You would think, I mean, obviously the profile of it's not huge, but with that big of a surface, 3.5 inch cutting surface, with a good strike, I feel like it should be a better chopper. I did not touch the blade up just to see what it would be like straight from the factory. So that's probably the problem, obviously, because I'm having to, man, like really, yeah, see, I shouldn't, it's not even beginning to curl, and I'm pushing hard. All right, feather sticking with this another day. Just found out one thing this thing can do well. Well, blade's a little off, but hey! First of all, this camera is a lot brighter than it actually is. Second of all, I don't know if you can hear them, but a gaggle of geese landed in that field over there. There you have it. You see that little hole? Kind of looks like a footprint in there. We'll get to that later. But we are all prepped. All prepped, ready to go. Then of course I've got this guy over here I'm going to break stuff off of for part 2. They're throwing stuff on, then I'll cut it up as we proceed. And still got this over here. The good old, man, I almost regret ever buying a Grand's First Brooks. You cannot go wrong with this multi-purpose axe, whatever they call it, the Husqvarna. A good old Husky. I don't know how much life's left in that handle. It's got a good crack in it, but she's still going. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, or as I said earlier, L's and G's, it's time to start this fire. And to do so, I've got my way too big, better last you your lifetime, firesteel.com with a, I can't remember what that is, Area 51 or something like that, fat stick, something like that. I'm not using that. Oh, fat wood. I didn't do a very good job of getting my powder and stuff into a pile. So, I may have to cheat and scrape some of my ferrocerium into the middle. We're going to try it first. Seen a guy on, I can't remember the guy, you could tell he was from Louisiana or something. I actually think he said he was from Louisiana. Anyway, he gave me that idea. Whatever fat wood you got left over, just stick it in the ground, and then the small stuff that you set on, it's just going to act like a candle and burn that much longer. Let's give her a roll. Oh, come on, Shawn. Oh, that was right in the middle, too. There it goes. A little bigger stuff. Alright, flames are peaking up. That's our first pile. Ferro rod in my pocket so I don't lose it. Don't want to pull Joe Robinette. Lose my ferro rod. Poor Joe. He's so scrawny he wouldn't have been able to last too long on alone, but I like to have been able to see at least his camp and what he would have built for a shelter. And the dude couldn't even get on the I guess can't really be considered a champion if you were out like the first, I think it was the first day. So, poor Joe. All right, now for the fajitas, I'm gonna cut up a red bell pepper, orange bell pepper, and a yellow onion, avocado oil, Cajun seasoning, mix it together. Then this is not gonna work out. I'll show you. I need more coals for my cast iron. And then I'm just gonna take the tails off my shrimp, avocado oil, Cajun seasoning. Oh, cilantro. I'm gonna put all that in there. I'm gonna open up this pico and put some cilantro in there too. So I'm going to do all that and then forgot to tell you and show you guys, that was the point in the hole in front of the fire. Oh great, 2 logs, boom, ba 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 boom. All right guys, got my zebra pot, got some what is it, Nor Spanish rice. It takes the package of rice, 12 ounces of water, 1.5 cups. We're guessing, pretty close. Got a measurement for 16 in there, so should be kind of close. And then it says optional, but we've got it, so a little bit of oil. You can see the little snowflakes dropping. I am so glad that I decided to come out here. I got out here with just enough time to get everything done. Wood cut, ready. Fire prep. The sun was getting pretty low by the time I got the fire all the way done and ready to spark. I'm so glad I came. And now I'm about to throw the shrimp on in a second. Rice is done. Corn tortillas down there. I've got those wrapped in foil, obviously, and then I also got it was 3 or 4 paper towels. I got those wet, and hopefully that'll kind of give it a steam effect. In theory, it should. Alright guys, I'm going to get the shrimp thrown on and I'll give you a quick little peek of what my meal looks like, and then I'm going to eat it, and then I'll probably get back to you just to say goodnight. But before I do, I said today is January 16th, and it's Saturday, January 16th, and I heard on a few things on the radio today. Today's day in history, today's birthdays, there was other ones, but most notably, 2 Cardinals greats, former greats, Dizzy Dean and the great Albert Pujols. Happy birthdays. And on top of that, it is National Bald Eagle Day. That's right. Raise a beer, ladies and gentlemen. Raise a beer, L's and G's. National Bald Eagle Day. When I was a kid, you never saw them, and now you see them. And I don't know, whenever I lived down here in Marion County, didn't really see them. Now that I live an hour north, I see them, I'll call it frequently, compared to what I see a bald eagle once every 2 or 3 months. That's awesome to me. So yeah, and then today was the day that the Gulf War started, and dang it, there was 2 other ones that I was going to mention too. Dang, I can't remember. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm gonna throw some tunes on. I'm chilling. I'm chillaxing. I'm gonna throw some tunes on. I'm gonna drink this beer. I'm not gonna get my peppers and stuff ain't gonna go nowhere. I still got some wood to keep the fire going. Rice is done. Put on some tunes. I'm gonna chill a little bit. Then I'm gonna eat. Where are my manners? I am sorry, Tina. I just had so much to do and just got so caught up in being out in the woods. I forgot about you, girl. I'm sorry. But now you're out enjoying the fire. Right on cue, a train. Oh, can I do it? Can I do this? Oh, I should have just used the tripod. Didn't lose any. Did not lose any. Oops, sorry. There it is, L's and G's. The finished product, shrimp fajitas. Okay, so I thought I just did the flavor test and recorded it, but I came down, sit down, did it, and I never hit record. So, unfortunately, I swallowed like half of one, shoved it in my mouth. That would have been great. I'm sure you all would have loved it. My should have went flour tortillas. Not a big fan of flour tortillas, but that's what I should have done. The corn are falling apart. Maybe it's because I let them sit a second before I started eating them. We'll find out on the next round. Flavor City, L's and G's. Flavor City. I can't remember what the Spanish word for a party is, but that's what's going on in my mouth right now. Absolutely amazing. Spices are great. Pico, maybe a little too much cilantro, but I think just a little cilantro just gives it that taste. Perfect amount of jalapenos in there. Oh my gosh. This is living, folks. This is living. I think I'm hooked on the solo thing, guys. If there's anybody out there that watches this and has thought about wanting to go on a solo camping trip, stop thinking about it and do it. Do it. Do it. First time, you might be a little leery. I wasn't scared when I came last time, but it's human nature. It's dark out here, and you hear a noise off in the brush. Of course, you're gonna. But that's not scared. That's just being alert. Get out, guys. This is great. I love it. Running low on firewood though, so I got to eat, and then I will cozy on up in that hopefully wonderful sleep system. Starting to spit a little stove flurry. That's the last of my wood. Good night, YouTube land. Good night, Tina. Good morning, YouTube land. It's almost 7 o'clock. And I actually slept pretty dang good. I mean, for the woods. Obviously, I tossed a turd, so I woke up every time I rolled over. But I went right back to sleep after that. I actually feel like I got some sleep. I stayed super toasty warm. Man. I need a haircut. But I wanted to pop in. It's cold in here. But like I said yesterday, Dan Wolak, Cold Cracker Bushcraft, knows what the hell he's talking about. I took his advice. I stripped down to just my skibbies. And I was super toasty warm. Of course, a sleeping bag would have done that too. But that's a pro tip. You're supposed to get down to your one layers. Everyone thinks they need to go to sleep with all their clothes on so they stay warm. Trapped air, guys. That the air has to go through all those layers, and it's just taking up that much more. your base layers, and then let all that heat just escape into your sleeping bag. Yeah, got a little snow. Heard it all night. It was actually very soothing. Just a slight tink off the tent. Tink off the tent. Tent tinks. Coffee sure would be nice now, but this dang thing won't work. Alright, you guys ought to know by now, I don't lie to you. I was gonna cook a little breakfast. I saved, I think, like 6 pieces of shrimp. I was gonna do shrimp and grits, and of course, some coffee, but my little stove won't work. And I could, I guess, go around and get stuff for a fire, but I didn't really plan on that. That's why I brought that. Quick coffee, quick breakfast. I was going to do a quick little hike around and then jet on back up north because I got stuff to do around the house. So yeah, I'm packing up, and I've got my bag carried up to the little access road I use. And I just got to get the sleep system and the tent put up, and we'll call it a wrap. All right, L's and G's. That's a wrap to my second solo overnight. I wish I wouldn't have felt bad yesterday morning, because I was, like I said, I was going to tarp camp. I was going to find a next camp so we can actually build shelters, not just tent camp. But it didn't happen. But I got out here and I had a great time. And I encourage any of you guys that are thinking about going out there, you think, man, I kind of think I want to do a solo overnight. Go do it! It's a blast! You will have fun. You got to be able to be comfortable with yourself, though. So there is that. Either way, guys, I'm going to head back up to the truck. So until next time, remember, this is not called the Great Outdoors for no reason. Bye, guys.